Hey, this is the Radio Wise Guys post-game wrap-up show for Saturday, July, what is it, 23rd?
23rd, 2011.
2011.
That's right.
I'm Dan Adams.
I'm Brian Gongol.
And here's some stories that we covered and also didn't quite get a cover on the Radio Wise Guys radio program today. First and foremost, China, and I like how we blame the entire country of China. Which,
1.3 billion people can't really be that easily lumped together.
Well, we're going to blame them anyway. But
the government of China tacitly lets this thing go by.
Yes, there's a new level of counterfeiting going on in China where not just a product is being counterfeited anymore, but entire Apple stores are showing up now. Fake Apple stores are popping up around China. I mean, right down to the standard blue T-shirt with the Apple logo on them and the awful, ugly, gaudy-looking name tags that Apple employees wear are popping up to sell Apple products. There's only 4 legal Apple or only 4 authorized Apple stores in the entire country of China right now, but other fake ones are popping up around the country. So
this is a report according to the Associated Press. The bottom line to all of this is China is going to do a lot of things over time. The government there is going to allow for a lot of things that appear to allow for economic growth. And one of those things they're going to do is encourage manufacturers to make things there and tacitly allow people to do things like counterfeiting. And so whether it's counterfeiting the goods themselves or counterfeiting the stores altogether, that's what they're going to allow.
So
if you play a game with China, you're playing a dangerous
game. So this is China's whole plan for, growing their economy. Hey, we're going to sell products whether they're fake or not. We don't care.
It's not the whole plan.
It sounds like it.
It is a portion of it. Speaking of developing new things, Google is planning to shut down Google Labs. It's been their service that they've offered for a bit of time to allow people to take a look at new services and new things that they're developing on the back end there. The Google engineers, software developers and so forth, have developed over time. They're shutting that down. They want to focus on their core businesses that they're talking about, including things like Google+, their new attempt to overtake Facebook and social networking. I will once again say, for the record, that in 2020, we will look back on these days and say, those were the good old days for Google. Look what happened to them now. Google cannot possibly make all of the right decisions over the next 10 years that they will have to in order to stay on top of all of the different markets that they want to be in, whether it's search engine dominance or advertising revenue dominance or social media or anything else. They cannot possibly make all of the right decisions over the next 10 years that they have to. They just can't.
I'm confident that Larry Page, the new CEO of Google,
kind of the re-CEO in a way.
Yeah, he's CEO again. The guy whose only experience in business has been, helping to write an algorithm to, do web searches. I'm confident that Larry Page will be able to guide Google through the next 10 years.
No,
and I say that with 100% sarcasm.
Well, they'll do well over the years. They will still do fine. But I guarantee you in 10 years that by 2020, Google will be overtaken by something else or some other company. It's just there's no way for them to stay on top of their game for the next decade.
I agree. I hope they're taken over by somebody. So
I guess you're hoping.
Okay, more Apple news today. Apple's new version of their operating system called Lion, or 10.7, came out on Friday, and in its first day on the market, Brian, sold over 1 million copies at $30 a piece. Not bad for a day's work.
Well, yeah, then all the years that went into developing
the
back end, but that's a different story altogether. Speaking of people who were able to develop things that require some skills, a new survey being done in Great Britain, but a country that has a great deal to do with what happens here in the United States, very similar in a lot of ways to what's going on here, says that part of their problem with unemployment is that 1 in 9 people in that country doesn't know anything that's useful in the job market. Nothing. That 1 in 9 people are basically useless in their job market.
That's me.
Well, in a lot of ways.
Why am I on radio now?
One of our biggest challenges, though, is skills are going obsolete faster than ever before. If you knew how to type on a typewriter 10 or 20 years ago, it doesn't do you any good now if you need to know how to operate Microsoft Word and you don't know how. The skills that we need in order to be just useful at all in the job market are evolving constantly and are developing faster than ever before, and